The Post, written by Liz Hannah and directed by Steven Spielberg, is good, but not great. I liked the film overall, but had some issues with it when it came to the themes of the film and how they were executed. But let's get into the positives first.
So, can I ask you a hypothetical question?
Oh, dear, I don't like hypothetical questions.
Well, I don't think you're going to like the real one either.
At the Post, Spielberg sets up some amazing shots and reminds the audience that we are looking into a window of the Washington Post's role of making the public aware of the government's mistakes in Vietnam and their misleading the people of the United States. A lot of these shots reminded me of a Caravaggio painting, as the framing and the blocking that was set for the actors can be pulled right out of paintings like Supper at Mouse and The Taking of Christ.
Washington Post will cease to exist. If we don't hold them accountable, who will?
The performances by Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep are good, as they make great choices within their roles, especially Streep's timidity and anxiousness at the beginning of the film, and her strong finish at the end. But Bob Odenkirk's performance to me stood out the most, as he held to his character's convictions and ideals. However, when he gets confronted by the possibility of the threat of collusion, he displays that creeping doubt we all have secretly when making big decisions and trying to stick to them.
Government secrets.
The sound editing in The Post was surprisingly very good, as it is something that I didn't expect this film to have. There were moments during the film where it made the audience feel like they were in the room with these characters. A couple of examples were typing, when they were in the writer's bullpen, and the sound that the printing presses made. As well as feeling that you were in the room with them, we were given the insight as to how the characters felt, whether they were excited or anxious, when they heard shocking revelations or good news via a heartbeat.
Let's do our jobs. Find those pages.
After I saw the film, I looked up how historically accurate the Post really was, and what I found really supported the idea that I had immediately after I left the theater. And that was that the Washington Post and Katharine Graham's role was largely overplayed, as it enabled the screenwriter and director to use the popular idea of how we need to champion women's roles in society today to their advantage, as they knew this idea would be overwhelmingly accepted and supported by the large film-going audience. In many of the articles I read, screenwriter Liz Hannah read and cited memoirs as her sources for the film's screenplay. No historical research was put into the writing, thus hurting the film's main theme and ideas. Throughout the film, there are instances where there are women present or that surround Kay, as she is this messianic figure, when in reality, while she did make the decision to publish the documents, it was the New York Times and their journalists that did all of the research and the investigative journalism to keep the government in check and defend their First Amendment rights as members of the press.
Documents dealing with the Vietnam War.
While The Post is framed well and sounds well, the writing fell flat for me due to its obvious nature of what it was trying to tell or convey to the audience. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.